everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making this delicious strawberry flavored tres leches cake. I will be going over the ingredients as we use them, but we'll also provide a full listing of all the ingredients used at the end of this video. We're going to start out by adding 8 medium-sized eggs to the mixer with an additional 2 egg yolks. We're going to mix for a good 5 minutes or until our eggs are nice and fluffy. When they're done, they should look like this. In a separate bowl, we're going to sift 2 cups of flour and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Now that our flour is ready, we're going to continue to prepare the cake batter. We're going to add 1 cup of sugar to the eggs and 4 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm using regular butter. And then we're going to give it a good mix. Now we're going to add the flour. I'm going to add half of the flour. Then I'm going to mix. Then I'm going to add the remainder of the flour. And then we're going to mix again. If you want to skip this step altogether, you can buy a box cake mix and follow the directions on the box. I like to prepare my own because this one comes out nice and firm and moist and with the perfect amount of wetness. If you don't like your tres leches too wet, then this is the perfect recipe for you. You have the taste of a tres leches cake, but at the same time you can taste the cake and it's not overly powerfully wet. Our batter is just about done, but first I'm going to scrape off the remainder of the flour that's on the edge of the bowl. We're going to give it another good mix, and then we're going to continue to butter our baking dish. When buttering the baking dish, I like to use a clean paper towel. I fold it, then I dip it in the butter and apply it to the baking dish. And I'm going to get the sides and the bottom. Make sure it's nice and buttered. Now if you don't want to use butter, you can also use cooking spray. And now we're going to pour in the batter. Look how nice and creamy that looks. That looks amazing. This is going to turn out so delicious. I preheated my oven to 350 degrees. And once we have all the batter in there, we're going to place it in the oven and bake it for 30 minutes. And while our cake is baking, we're going to prepare the milk for the cake. In a separate bowl, we're going to add 1 14-ounce can of condensed milk. And I'm going to use my spatula to scrape out the remainder of the condensed milk that's still in the can. Then we're going to add 1 can of evaporated milk and 2 cups of half and half. And since we're making a strawberry cake, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of Nestle Quick Strawberry Flavored Drink Mix. This step is optional. Now we're just going to give it a good mix, and then we're going to refrigerate it until the cake is ready. I removed the cake from the oven. Now we're just going to check it to make sure it's done. We're going to insert the toothpick, and if it comes out clean, then it's ready. Before adding the milk mixture, we're going to puncture the top of the cake with the fork just like this. Now we're going to proceed to add the milk a little bit at a time. When you're adding the milk, it may seem like a lot, but the milk is going to get absorbed into the cake. And your cake will slightly change in size once all the milk is absorbed. Once we have all the milk in there, we're going to let it sit for a good 30 minutes. Meanwhile, we're going to prepare the whipped cream for the cake. I'm going to use 1.5 cups of whipping cream. Since my cake already has a lot of sugar, I'm not going to add any sweetener. But if you prefer a sweet topping, you can add confectioner sugar as well. Once all the milk is absorbed into the cake, we're going to proceed to decorate the cake with the whipped cream and fresh strawberries that I sliced while we were waiting for the cake to finish. I'm not going to add a whole lot of whipped cream because the cake is already so sweet, but if you want to add more, you are more than welcome to. And once we have it all spread out, we're going to decorate with our strawberries. And now that it's ready, you can refrigerate it until it's time to serve. Or if you're like me, I'm going to go ahead and have a slice right now because I'm not going to be able to wait any longer. If you're already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more of these delicious recipes. If you give this recipe a try and you absolutely love it, give me a big thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and I'll see you another day for another recipe. Thank you so much for watching.